I don't understand why people like Transit. I mean, honestly, I really don't see what other people really see about this map. However, I get comments almost every single time I ever make a comment about Transit that I am wrong. It is a good map. There are amazing qualities about it, and for some, it's even in their top 10, or hell, even in their top 5. Now, personally, I really don't agree with any of these comments, but it got me thinking, maybe I should go back and actually reanalyze my opinions on this map. After all, it's been a while since I've actually played this map on my own free will, maybe a solid 3 or 4 years at this point. So I'm gonna honestly do my best to put away my ego, put away my current opinions, and really try and understand this map, because I had a lot of people telling me that I should. Consider this a re-ranking, maybe an analysis of the map, but honestly, don't think about it that deep. It's just some random dude trying to figure out if he likes the map again. Will I quit halfway through and just not give a shit about it? I don't know, so let's go and see, shall we? So starting out on the map, obviously we just need to do our normal setup and just get the turbine, and we're also going to be restarting until we can get this part on the side room for the galvanucles later on in the diner area. And now once we open up the map with the turbine or just behind the door outside, we now enter one of my first main problems, is how map progression is completely screwed up. So your first journey through a zombie map usually is of course to unlock power. However, on Transit, you really don't need to go through that actual journey. On most maps, I would probably say it takes somewhere at least around 5,000 points to just get to the power. But if you're just playing this map normally and you don't buy anything and you go straight to power, it only costs you 750 points just to get power turned on, leading to an extremely underwhelming sense of progression. And that's even if you're just not going straight for the bank. I mean, if you do that, you can get set up on round 1 and just have to completely ignore everything else about the map. And of course, this leads back to how there is nothing to do on any part of the map. Now, for some people, this can actually somehow be a positive, like this comment, saying how that Transit is good because it's 5 maps in one. The problem is when you spread out one zombies map worth of content over the space of 5 maps, guess what? It is completely boring. All you have in your starting location is quick revive and the turbine. All you have in terms of the diner is speed cola, galvanucles, usually a part in the little side shed, and also the starting location of the mystery box. The farm has double tap and the fridge to store a weapon. The power has the power. If you're on solo, it doesn't even have tombstones, so there's even less to do there. And we get our first jet gun part here. And of course, after the power station, you finally get to town with the most things you can actually do in the entire map. You have stamina, you have the usual buildable table for the jet gun, you have Juggernog, you have Pack-a-Punch, and of course, you have the bank. Which, that's an entirely separate problem in my opinion, but we may get to that in another video. Now, normally, this wouldn't be a problem with a proper transportation system. The only problem is, you have 2 real options. Hike the shit on foot, or wait 17 million years for the bus to finally pull up. And honestly, I would just much rather run, because it is 10 times faster 99% of the time. Unless the bus is directly leaving to exactly where you want to go, there is no reason to actually go on the bus. In the early game, or in the late game especially, because the bus is essentially a death trap after round 10. It leads to a very unsatisfying progression whenever it just kind of feels like you don't have to do anything and you've already unlocked the entire map. You know, let's just say, for example, you want to go straight from spawn to the bank. All you need to do to get to the bank is get 1,000 points, go across the lava lake from spawn, and guess what? You're in the bank at that point, and you can get fully set up on round 1. I honestly wish I could talk more about the setup, but that's it. Once you do this and you get your initial power going, all you have left is the Pack-a-Punch and the jet gun. And let's talk about Pack-a-Punch first. To unlock Pack-a-Punch, you need to put a turbine right next to this little wall spot in the power room, which is extremely annoying, and half the time the zombies will hit it, so you basically are forced to do it at the end of the round, and then immediately book it so no zombie gets attracted to it. You then go back to the bank, you blow up this second wall with another grenade, and then you build the pack-a-punch station, which, depending on what round you're on and you know how fast the zombies spawn, can also be a death trap, because this area is completely terrible. And of course the last main part of the setup, which is the jet gun. Oh dear lord. You simply have to bring 4 parts from around the entire map basically, and then bring it to a buildable table to craft it. We of course had our first part at the power station with the wire. You have a handle which is located in between the power station and the farm in Nocturne Toten. And then of course you have the cabin, which has the pressure gauge, and that is outside of the town. And last but certainly not least, this should be the first part you pick up, is the jet engine in the tunnel, which is where you get the M16. You bring it to a buildable table and bang bada boom, you now have the worst made wonder weapon to have ever existed. And honestly, there is no comparison. It is the worst. It is janky. It is really difficult to use properly. And the only way you even can use the thing properly is with an unintended glitch, which you are basically mandated to learn if you want to get to round 50 before your next life happens. You know what I mean? Oh, and also, by the way, I think I need to make you guys aware of this spot because I didn't know this was a thing. If you part switch on Nocturne Toten and you go outside of the door, guess what? The part will despawn and it will not respawn after it disappears, leading to an immediate restart because it just doesn't exist anymore. There's no way. So if you pick up a part, if you part switch right here, the part disappears. Oh, and you can't be serious with me right now. Well, that's a restart. That's a restart. So, in terms of strategies, you really only have 2 real options. You have the Skull Piercer strat, which is the M16 wall buy in the main tunnel, which personally I don't use. And then you have the normal training spot on the farm. This is by far just the best location. It has the most open space, and also it's just been determined to be one of the fastest spawns, and also makes very good use of insta-kills. So this is where you are normally going to be whenever you are doing any high round attempts. So to go over a little bit more in depth about what we are going to do is we are basically just going to keep knifing the zombies with the Galvanuckles until round 13. Once that starts wearing off and it's no longer a 2-shot, we're just going to run around with the Mustang and Sallies and just kill zombies with those. And whenever we get an insta-kill, we'll swap to our M16 and we will use our grenade launcher as it has an extremely large explosive radius for some reason. And here's the thing about this strategy is that this gets boring extremely quickly. Now, the footage you're seeing on your screen is on the plutonium launcher, so for your viewing pleasure and my sanity, as the game crashed multiple times while trying to get set up, I am able to remove the fog. Now, keep in mind, this area does not look this good whenever you are actually in high rounds. It looks something closer to this in the original footage. This map genuinely just doesn't look all that entertaining, and here's the thing, whenever it comes to something like a Black Ops 3 or just any other strategy that is camping, usually there's at least something to break up the monotony with cool visuals, interesting sound effects, specialist weapons, gobblegums, or just some other thing that can make the game go along smoother and just make it feel more fun to play. The problem is, once the Mustang and Sallies run out of steam and they can't kill anymore, you are now forced to use the jet gun for the rest of the game. And again, this glitch, this stupid strategy with the jet gun is so not interactive, gives you so little feedback as to if it's actually working. It honestly confuses me as to know if I'm even doing it right. And spoiler alert, I couldn't even get the strategy down. It was that annoying to actually learn. Alright, so I can say for certain this is definitely going to take me a while to actually get the jet gun strat down. It just feels so glitchy to use. I don't know, man. It's definitely not what I like when it comes to like actually having fun. And this is where some people may counter and go, alright, fine. You don't like the map and and you don't like the high rounds, and you don't like the setup. Well, what about the Easter egg? Surely that has to be some amount of fun. Few problems with that. Number one, if I want to do the Easter egg solo, which is my primary way of playing zombies, I am forced to choose the Richtofen side, and even if I wanted to do it, the Easter egg is really boring from what I've seen, and also, you need freaking lineups with your EMP in order to even have a chance of actually even completing the Easter egg. I mean, I have a video right here on the side, and I'm looking at this guy use lineups in order to freaking do this, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to relax and enjoy zombies, not force myself to do these stupid strategies just to get a semblance of accomplishment. That's stupid. No, I'm not doing that. And quite honestly, at that point, what do you have left in a map? Well, normally you would have aesthetics, but I mean, without plutonium, all you have is fog and shit, so there's nothing really there to talk about. I guess let's just check back in with myself from the past and let's see what he thinks about it on round 20. Quick round 20 update. I'm feeling pretty good so far. The jet gun, honestly, I still have no idea what the hell I'm supposed to do with it. The strategy is just a little odd to me. I'll figure it out pretty quickly. But so far, I have to say, I'm still just really not impressed. I mean, the setup, quite frankly, is extremely boring. I mean, after you get your perks, Wonder Weapon and Pack-a-Punch, there's not really much to do. There's no specialist weapons, there's no challenges, there's no anything, quite honestly. And I can't even change up my strategy like I can with a lot of other maps. You know, a lot of people say maybe Kino der Toten is boring because you just run around with a thunder gun, but you have traps, you have, you know, strategies that you can use on other rounds, like standing at the top of the stairs so that dogs always spawn, you know, behind the electric fence trap. So you can just turn it on, shoot them, and then they'll just kill themselves. And I think what I just said there really is a big problem with the map. There is no variation in what strategies you can do. There's no traps or something like that that can actually spice up the gameplay a little bit. And more importantly, there is no max ammo round. For whatever reason, they decided to not include hellhounds or maybe some kind of denizen round or maybe like a super sprinter round with a very few zombies with low health, but also just give you a max ammo at the end of the round. And it baffles me because all you have is the ray gun Mark II, and the jet gun. There is no other wonder weapons. So if any map in Black Ops 2 deserves a max ammo round, you think it would be this one out of all of them. But for some reason, it's not here. And to add insult to injury on that topic, for some reason, if you go into the settings of town, you can actually enable dogs in custom games. So it's clearly there. It's not like they just couldn't implement them. They just chose not to for some reason. And I feel like dogs would have actually worked with the idea of Tranzit, especially because it takes place after Moon. And don't for a second say the Avogadro, because he is not a threat. He's cute more than anything. What you do is you just wait for him to materialize his body, you melee him twice with the Galvanuckles, and that's it. He fucks off for another 6 or 5 rounds, whatever it is. He doesn't reward you with a single thing, and overall is just a nothing burger for the entire map and doesn't add a single thing. I'm a high round zombies player. Like, genuinely, I can deal with same-ish, like, looking environments. I can deal with, you know, the same noises going on and all that shit. But I gotta be honest, I'm extremely bored. I set myself a round 50 goal. I don't even know if I want to do it anymore. Like, even for the content I'm making for you guys. I'm so damn bored. And also, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of annoyed. Like, I get it, I'm playing Stuhlinger, but I shouldn't have to forcibly reset constantly just to get a character that I deem not annoying. Okay, I don't like what I just heard in my ears. I really don't like what I just heard in my ears there. No. Yeah, that's how I feel, Stuhlinger. So overall, have my opinions on this map changed at all? You know what? Yeah, I really don't even have motivation to complete this 50. Like, honestly, I don't anymore. This map is so boring. Fuck? Simple answer, no, and I don't think they ever will be. This map is still an F tier for me. It is still at the very, very bottom. It is still a top 5 worst map in Call of Duty Zombies, in my opinion, and quite frankly, I don't believe people should enjoy, because I don't think there is anything to really enjoy on the map. I think, in my opinion, the best uses for this map are whenever you're completely hammered with the boys and you just want to troll each other. other, or you are an absolute sadist and you hate yourself. Besides that, I can't see any other reasons. From the transportation, to the map itself, to the aesthetics, to the lack of traps, to the trashy wonder weapons, and how most weapons are completely ineffective past round 35, which I believe is a flaw of the entire game, not just of this map personally. I am firmly and sticking with my guns in saying that Transit is a bottom 5 map in all of Call of Duty Zombies. And I guess with all that being said, we've actually come to near the end of the video. Before you go, I just wanted to give a few shout outs because the man, the myth, the legend, MCC3, channel with 85,000 subs, said, "Congratulations, keep up the good work on my community post." Dude, thank you so much for giving me more motivation to keep on this grind and trying to get better. And again, thank you to all of you guys for liking, subbing, and comment. I love interacting with you guys, and I'd love to try and put out better content for you guys. In fact, during the actual recording of this video, it's crazy how in a matter of just about 3 days, I've gone from 216 subscribers to 284 subscribers. That is amazing. Thank you all so much. And if you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And I guess let me know in the comments section down below, did I change your opinion? Give me some more reasons why exactly you may like Transit or dislike Transit. What are some other maps you guys maybe want me to review? I think next time I do this, I'll probably do Die Rise, and then after that, I'll probably do your guys' suggestions. It could be on any game, and I'm cool with it. Just please try not to throw me the most insufferable maps. So yeah, hope you all have a great day. Rate, comment, sub. Later, y'all.